Raizal, good afternoon and welcome to Teleislas News with the most important news of the day. The Protocol Act of the Seaflower Plus 2021 expedition was successfully carried out.
This is an exercise that seeks to obtain full knowledge of the seaflower biosphere reserve through an act of surveying and appropriation of the archipelago to update the ecosystem coverage maps in order to identify areas of restoration, rehabilitation, and recovery after Hurricanes Eta and Iota that hit the department and its keys. Who was present at the event explained a little about how is the fifth version of this expedition will be carried out.
We are a group of researchers from Invermar, IDEAM, Coralina, universities linked together with the National University to carry out two phases, an initial one to Serrana, Quitasueño, and Roncador Keys, and another one to Bajo Nuevo, Alicia Keys. We must achieve both in the emerged continent terrain and in the submarine terrain all the evaluations after the passage of Hurricanes Eta and Iota. There we are going to develop information that will allow us to know which other areas we must protect in our country, what types of reforestation we could do with the evaluation of the marine grasses and of all the corals.
The commander of this exhibit highlighted the importance of the work of the armed force in this exercise.
This year, we have made 5 expeditions since 2014, the National Navy, especially the specific command of San Andres and all providence with our Air Force, with our National Army, and with all the units of the National Navy. We are committed to the Seaflower expedition. This expedition in particular has a commitment to emit the affectation that the marine ecosystems has had by the passage of Hurricanes Eta and Iota.
It is important to highlight that the scientists and researchers who are part of the terrestrial field component start activities since last September 4th and will extend until early November. Since for the maritime component, the ARC Providencia vessels is scheduled to sail with the personnel in charge of such activities next October 28th.
A video has gone viral on social networks where a group of tourists claims that the boat that transported them had left them adrift on the site. In response to this situation, Coralina Corporation made a statement.
Estamos en Jhonny Cay. Estamos frente a la isla.
We are in Jhonny Cay, in front of the island of San Andres, where the time is 7 o'clock at night. They were supposed to come and pick us up at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We are 8 adults and 3 children, and they have not come to pick us up. The boat that comes from San Andres to here.
This event has caused commotion on social networks, where a group of tourists claim to have been stranded in Jhonny Cay. The Environmental Corporation Coralina, in charge of managing the tourist attraction, indicated that the group of visitors was not abandoning the place, but that they had decided not to board the respective transport to San Andres.
It's a situation, really a simple situation, I would say, is in the sense that plenty time people go by the key and they no one come out, but still you give them the information so they know until we show us, because as everybody know, we got one management plan by the key and they establish 1 hours and they establish some behavior where we can get and where we can get out there. For example, the schedule is from 9 in the morning till 4 o'clock the evening, where tourists can go by the park. Sometimes they stay longer, sometimes no. But at least we comply, they make them know. You don't have to come out by such hours. The guys, them we work out there from the corporation every day in the morning, in the evening, they make them go around to verify that no one is staying in the park. So in this case specific, the tourist was always on the beach. There was in the situation that them was celebrating and whatever. So the last lunch them come in and then won't get up on the lunch, then say they have to come for them and whatever. So then decide, well, then stay up by the park. I think is when they see night coming in or then get desesperated because they never see no more land.
The corporation also indicated that there have been situations inside the Jhonny Cay Regional Park where visitors under the influence of alcohol have shown no desire to abide by the regulation governing the site. Coralina, the environmental corporation, pointed out that in the regional park there are regulations enforced that seeks to avoid this situation, and also invite travel agencies, providers, and tour guides to remind their customers of the rule and correct schedules for the enjoyment of the park and to report anomalies in a timely manner.
This October 20th and 21, the SENA will be hosting the job fair called Expo Empleo in San Andres.
Expo Empleo SENA is a job fair oriented to a public in San Andres and Old Providence. This event that is to be held on October 20 and 31st seeks to connect companies that require human talent with job seekers on the island.
It is a very important opportunity for all job seekers. We have the 2021 job fair in October at national level, the last fair where we will have 50,000 vacancies at national level. It is a fair that will be held at a virtual level. However, in the island of San Andres and Old Providence, because of our connectivity and the access we have available for public service, we are doing it in person. So we are waiting for all job seekers to approach the site from 8 to 12 midday and from 2 to 6 p.m. It is a space where the employer and the job seeker will meet and where they will have the opportunity to learn about the vacancies we have, which are around 50 vacancies, and also have the opportunity to do an interview directly with the employers who will participate.
The leader of SENA Public Employment Agency pointed out that experience is not a requirement to apply for the vacancies.
At the moment, we are in a process with some companies that have been making a lot of efforts to link young people with no experience to the labor market. So if they have the attitude or want to develop a specific skill, the companies are interested in providing them with accompaniment and training, especially for the job positions. They're interested in accompanying and training them, especially in the areas of cooking, food and beverages, and all that has to do with sales and customer service. Therefore, we expect all young people who are looking to improve their quality of life in their life project to attend.
Young people who visit the Expo Empleo Fair will find in this space an occupational orientation to strengthen and improve their profiles.
And for the election of the members of the youth councils in Bogotá, the district opened the possibility of integrating Raizal people among the seats.
Hello to everyone who is connecting with us right now in Teleislas News. We want to announce about the election of the local youth councils in Bogotá, where 4 islanders is competing for these elections. We talked to a member of the ORFA organization who told us about the importance of this process and how they involve the local community, the Raizal community in Bogotá, to these elections.
Fue un proceso concertado y en articulación.
It was a concerted process with the district administration according to the understanding that the Raizal is one of the 5 ethnic groups that inhabit the capital city. In this order of ideas, a concerted process was made with the only Raizal organization that meets the social, political, and economic rights of Raizals in the context of the city, which is the ORFA organization. This organization went through the process of eligibility and met the criteria, highlighting that the localities of Chapinero and Teusaquillo have the highest incidence of youth respectively. This is important for the diaspora in Bogotá since it will not only carry the local agenda but will position the youth in the social spheres in Bogotá.
This election will take place the next 23rd of October. We want to invite all the community in Bogotá to participate in these elections. This is all the information we report for here. Continue in studio with more information.
Thank you. And the National Police gave a report on the last holiday weekend and the activities developed by the institution to maintain the order.
The National Police, headed by its commander, gave the details of the recovery and delivery of a motorcycle that was stolen that previously week, and that thanks to hard work and new technologies, the institution was able to find the vehicle.
This was achieved thanks to the professional work being done with technological capabilities. At this moment, we have in the department Hero on the Island expert units in automobile and with a special tactical group that arrived to the island with the purpose of making some accompaniments.
The National Police Commander also stated what activities were developed during the weekend to maintain tranquility, health, coexistence, and security of citizens, and invite the population to comply with regulations.
It is very important that we respect the traffic rules, that we understand that there are regulations to comply with, that we should not mix the consumption of alcoholic beverage with driving, that we should not drive and do dangerous maneuvers, especially minors.
Gomez emphasized how dangerous it is to drive while consuming alcoholic beverage, especially among young people.
And we will get a balance now of the COVID situation in the department today and how the figures behave during this holiday weekend.
According to data from the Ministry of Health, this was the behavior of the COVID cases during the weekend. 1 case was reported on Saturday, 4 cases were reported on Sunday, while on Monday 3 cases were reported. This leaves the overall count since the beginning of the pandemic of 6,925 cases. Now doing an analysis of the latest local report by the Secretariat of Health, date October 15, the active cases are 14 while the recovered cases are 6,739. The number of deaths to date is 136, and the most affected neighborhoods are San Luis, Guinea Hen, Siri Bay, Barrio Obrero, and Schoolhouse, Back Road, and Morris Landing. Since the beginning of the pandemic, 4,275 samples have been taken, while in the last week, 70 samples have been taken and analyzed to determine new cases in the island.
Hello, here are the best sports of the island, and this time with the 6th version of the 5-kilometer race that was held from the Manowar Park to benefit the League Against Breast Cancer. The idea of this race is to fight and seek the prevention of breast cancer in women. The competition had a good attendance of competitors of both genders who participated in this race for the benefit of women fighting against breast cancer. We spoke with one of the organizers of the event, Ángela María Osorio, who told us.
Estamos realizando la 6ª versión de los 5K.
We are holding the 6th version of the 5K, a race organized by the League Against Cancer. In fact, it is a race to prevent breast cancer. The objective of this race is to prevent cancer in women and men. All the participants were very enthusiastic. We had a great number of competitors. They were very enthusiastic. They really helped us, which is the objective. We are inviting the entire community of San Andres, Old Providence, and Santa Catalina to always be willing to participate in the activities conducted by the League. Today is the race against cancer, and on Tuesday, October 19th, we are all going to wear pink. Let's take out our pink t-shirts so that we raise awareness and create awareness in the community about this disease. October 19th is World Cancer Day.
This type of event is of most importance for the support against cancer, in which as a community we should all join this noble cause. Let's support the League Against Cancer participating in their sporting events. With 10 teams, the recreational basketball tournament that integrates the community in the rancho sector began. The tournament seeks to keep those players who will not play in the professional league in good shape for the end of the year tournament so that the players have good level. We spoke with the organizer of the tournament, Victor Hooker, who told us more details.
We get the final next one. We conclude the next one. I was a total exit, as well say. We start this new tournament with the idea of we try to activate the basketball in San Andres. We know some big tournament coming up more, the professional tournament and the DPB, and the idea of the players who can't play in a tournament at least get the opportunity to play December. But if they're in a shape for the same tournament, they know so we're gonna have a good tournament, because you know a lot of players. We have like 2 years straight we don't make the tournament December. A lot of players will not play, they're not active in the basketball. They more dedicate themselves to work and they make a thing. So the idea of the winter in this tournament continue to play. We know sometimes the tournament starts December. Plenty of the players don't get the opportunity when they right so active, and they maybe not see them like the rest of them, but when they right so they rub it in other one them if you can play the tournament.
This tournament, in addition to helping the players obtain a good level for the December tournament, also integrates the community of this sector that enjoys the sport of basketball.